Welcome to the first ever episode of Things We Shouldn't Admit. I'm your host, Casey P., along with my good friend and co-host, Cody G. Cody, we're here for the new show.
Yeah, episode 1.
That's right. You ready, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
This is our new, going to try and make it monthly show where we just share stories that are super embarrassing and or funny about us or people we know or situation we are around, maybe not completely about us. This is kind of going to be a test episode. We each only have a few stories, but I think as it goes on, we'll get more natural with it and get more stories because I know you got more stories in your head. I know I do too.
Yeah, I'm terrible at telling stories, and Casey is like...
No,
I think he could be redefined, or if he had some practice, he could probably be a comedian.
I don't think so. You're not the first person that said that. I'm not being cocky. Other people tell me that pretty often. But I don't think so. Because for one, I don't think my delivery is the best. And even if it is, I think so many of my jokes depend on...
knowing the person?
Yeah. I feel like if you're just a random person, you know, is he telling a joke yet? Or what the fuck is this?
Oh, shit.
But you want to leave at the first story, buddy?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's one I've told on the other podcast, though. For some reason, like... I don't know how old I was, man. Maybe 7? Way too old to be doing this shit, though. But, like, all summer long, I'd be watching TV or playing video games on our downstairs TV. And the bathroom wasn't far away. It was, like, maybe a couple rooms down. But I decided it's cool to piss in the fucking vents of the house. And we had this
one.
Yeah, so it's a big vent in our living room. It was an old house from the 1800s that my parents bought. And it's a big vent. Most old houses have these huge vents in them. And I would just piss and just watch the piss just roll down into the fucking vent. Like a piss waterfall. So all summer long, I'm just pissing in this vent. And I'm pissing in multiple vents. This vent over here is like... some of the vents were harder to get to than the actual bathroom. I would just watch my pee just run down the vent. I thought it was crazy. I was pissing so much, too, it was starting to rust a little bit. You could see some surface rust from the piss. Piss surface rust. And it was getting all gummy in there. It would dry out. It would dry out. And, it was weird stuff. But I was like, man, I'm getting away. That's like a fucking Ocean's 11 or something. Like, I got away with this. I've been pissing in the vent for 4 months. No one noticed. It's all summer long. And by the way, I tried to talk to my dad about this a few weeks ago after I brought it up on the podcast. Yeah,
you should have been like, "Hey, I want to show you something. It's a cool movie. You just put on the podcast."
Or just started pissing in his vent in his new house. So wintertime comes. My parents. It's like, it's an inaugural. Oh, first time we're turning the heat on. At this point, it had to be months and months of just piss built up in there. So they turned the heat on in the house, man. And it just smelled like burnt piss throughout the whole house. Like it just slowly started coming out of all the vents. It was caked up in there and just started burning off. And my parents were like, what the hell is that? One of the cats coming in here pissed. What the hell is this? And they're thinking something wrong with they're all running around, and I'm trying to like lead them away from that. It's not piss. Like, I think it's probably something broken in the basement. And then my parents like, no, this is piss. This is piss. I'm like, oh no, this is definitely not piss. It's something else, something burning, candle or something. Like I don't remember exactly what I told him, but I was so nervous, got so scared. And as soon as I heard my dad say, oh, it smells like piss in here. And so they're just running around, and eventually they're like, what the hell? Because the vent I was probably still pissing in the vent at the time too, so it's still a little wet in there. My dad's lifting up the vent, and there's piss running off the vent and all down inside the vent. There's little puddles of piss. It's all rusted up. Initially they're like, is this a fucking cats? Are the cats pissing in here? And I think eventually they realized someone's pissing in these vents, a human. And it was me. And I think they asked me, are you pissing in the vents? Tried to play dumb for a second, but yeah, cover was blown. But yeah, it filled the house with like a fucking ammonia smell. It's like some World War One trench warfare shit. Rusted, and this is old vent cover too. It was all rusted up. Just filling my vents with piss. But yes, I brought this up to because we brought it up on the podcast before. I was like, "Do you remember this happening?"
So yeah, every fucking night.
My dad was kind of embarrassed that I'd bring it up with my stepmom and Renee there, but you know me, I don't give a shit. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't really know what you were doing then." But yeah,
so he did know. He's
yeah.
just like, well, you might be a little special.
Yeah, just I don't know why, but do you want me to tell my second one then? Or?
No, we can go back and forth if
Okay.
you want, since we both only got 3 tonight.
Sounds good.
And then if we get more, we do this. If we have a ton, we can kind of just go on and off. Also, if you see me on my phone, you reminded me of one of my stories, so I added on there. I'm going to try and keep a doc so I don't retell stories, and I'm going to add them as I think, because I know these, like I said, these stories will come and go. That's why I think if we do this every month, then we'll have a new content to fill in.
Sounds good.
Actually, I'm going to do Audible here for my first one and knock this guy out for the next episode, because this is a better story. You reminded me of P. So this is just leading with one of the most embarrassing stories about myself. A lot of these are going to be related to situations I was in with my friends, but not necessarily me. But this one is directly me. Okay. So you've heard this one.
Oh, I know this one.
But so I kept waking up.
See, I can't even already.
I kept waking up morning after morning, probably 10 times in a row. I would wake up in a puddle of pee, and my dog, little Chewini, Buckeye, would lay with me. And I would wake up the first time, I was like, damn it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't let him outside. He's a young dog, a puppy, I guess is what they call him. That's annoying, but all right. And I still lived with my parents at this time, so every day I had to go out and take a whole peed out sheet and blankets and pillows. And I'm like, did he do it again? I'm like, yeah, well, the first time. So, what happened? Like, I peed the bed, and I'll wash it. And then it happened again. Not the next day, but it happened at least 10 times in a very short period of time. And I'd be like, oh my God, Buckeye, fucking stop it. And I'd be so pissed. Until probably like the 11th time. So a decent amount of times of him peeing the bed. And I'm dreaming. And I'm sitting there peeing in a urinal.
In your dream?
Yeah, I was sitting there peeing. And I was like, man, this is so hot. Not in a sexy way. And then I woke up.
Piss is unusually hot.
Yeah. To a stream of pee coming out of my own dick.
It's coming out of your dick. Where else would it come from?
Just
I woke up to a stream of pee coming out of my forehead.
Well, I was emphasizing because it wasn't my dog, is what I was realizing at this point. It was my own dick. And just hitting me all over the stomach. And then in between my legs is my little dog with giant fucking eyes just staring up at me. Yeah, remember this fucking 10 other times you're yelling at me, you asshole? I could just see the judgment in his eyes. And I was like, well, guess it wasn't you after all.
Oh my God, you piss in the bed.
But the positive of that story is that I realized I was kind of in control of that, because you know how much pop I drink, especially at the end of the night, or water. But usually pop. I'm not trying to act healthy here. And I would wake up or go to bed kind of having to pee, and I would wake up so many times in the middle of the night, and, man, I need to get to pee. And, man, it's kind of cold, and I don't feel like getting up. So I'll wait it, and then I guess I'd always let it pee, because every time I feel that now, I directly pee. And since that time of waking up and peeing on myself and realizing it was me and not the dog, I haven't done it since then.
God damn it. I feel like your mom probably thought that was a cover. Like, oh God, he's wet in the bed. How old were you?
I'm not going to act like I was young at all here. I'm 30, Buckeye's 10, so at the youngest, I could have been 20. Probably 21, because he was younger. But I would guess like 21. That's the other thing. Some of these stories, I've tried to look back at, or some of the stories in general, I don't know about today's, but I try to look back at events to get a general idea of how old I was based off like a video game or something I was playing at that time. But some of these, time is such a weird thing, especially younger stories like this, that I'm not going to be a good judge of that, but I am going to try and do the best I can with that. But that's my first story there.
Piss in the bed, man.
I remind myself another story already there. But if you want to read your next one, go for it, buddy.
I grew up, when I was about 10, I moved to Virginia from Canton, right on the outskirts of Canton, about 30 minutes from Canton. And we moved to Virginia, and I didn't have many friends, but there's a huge Korean population there.
Mm-hmm.
And I buddied up with all the Koreans, and it was the Sun family.
It always is.
The Sun, S-O-H-N, I can't remember. I also had a very religious grandmother, to the point that it was like, it's like almost like it was tormenting me. Like, I thought we'd watch Left Behind with, what's that guy in the Left Behind? We watch all that shit and get me all pumped full of fear. Like, oh my God, the world's gonna end soon. Jesus is coming back. I was like, my friends, my family, all these people aren't saved. They're all gonna go to hell. And I was obsessed with the thought of, I have to convert all my friends so I can at least go to heaven with them. And between Left Behind and all of these like Pentecostal revivals and shit, I definitely thought the world was ending at any second.
Is it Kirk Cameron?
Kirk Cameron, yeah.
Nicolas Cage also came up. I was guessing it wasn't him.
They tried to reboot it with him.
Oh, okay.
And Left Behind was about people getting in the rapture and leaving behind everyone, and I was always obsessed that my family was going to get left behind and go to hell. So my friend, I keep almost wanting to say his name, but I'm sure it's okay. Byung Woo. I went to stay the night at his house, and he really liked Harry Potter. But I knew in my Christian sensibility that Harry Potter was actually, it's the fucking devil, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't know that was a thing until I was so much older.
Yeah, it was witchcraft, is what they're always like, witchcraft. And Pocket Monster, Pokemans. The Pokemans were also really bad. Yu-Gi-Oh was also involved in witchcraft. And so it was one of these times I visited my grandma, and she told me all this stuff, so I had to come back and like, God, I have to get rid of my Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh and Harry Potter. It's got to get in the straight and narrow. So we had stayed up way too late, and we were falling asleep in the same bed together.
Nice.
And this was probably like 5th or 6th grade. And we're both turned to each other like this. And I was real serious. Like, we got to talk about something, man. And I let him in on all the information about Harry Potter. And actually, you're going to go to hell. It's actually like demons and stuff. And Yu-Gi-Oh's full of demons. Pokemon's also a lot of demons and witchcraft. And he was like, this is everything we love, man. I was like, yeah, all these video games we play, that's also the devil. So we got to change, man. We got to change this. And actually, your whole family's going to go to hell. We're like, if we don't save them too, they're also going to burn forever. And he starts crying, as you probably would. And I'm looking at him too, and I start crying too. And we're embracing each other and touching each other's like hair, like, it's gonna be okay. We can do this. We're like, we gotta get rid of everything we love. And we cried probably for a solid 30 minutes. And like, but we can be good Christians. We can do this. And we just hugged it out, man, and clean embrace. We just fell asleep, comforting each other with the fear of Jesus coming.
Jesus coming.
But then, and then I think my parents realized that this shit was going on because I would make them, they'd have to say God bless to me at night when I go to bed. Like, all right, good night, guys. God bless. And my parents were like, yeah, good night. God bless. My dad eventually was like, listen, I know you go visit your grandma. That's great. But listen, it's a lot of propaganda. And they talked me through it. And then I was fine. And I was like, yeah, Young Will, cancel that, dude. We're going to keep the Pokemon. We're keeping Harry Potter. Actually has nothing to do with demons. My dad told me that we're fine. We can play video games and Jesus still loves us. But yeah, just that's one of those weird moments of thinking back, like, what the fuck? We were like, we got to throw away everything we own, our cherished collection of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards. And he was super into Harry Potter. Like, I didn't give a fuck about Harry Potter that much. But he was just obsessed with the books. And I was like, bro, you got to... Oh, that was another thing, too. We both said a prayer to Jesus, like, ask for forgiveness for our Harry Potter addiction. You know what Jesus is thinking when we did that? Like, Jesus Christ. That's probably what he said. He said his own name.
He can do that. It's like the N-word.
But yeah, that's one of those weird moments as a kid. Like, what the that's another proof, man. You gotta be careful with religion because you can get your kids real hyped up.
I was going to say, the only person going to hell in that situation is you for being like that. For being like, we can't do any of these fun things. We must stop everything.
As I do, we actually had to throw all this away. It was so bad. But another thing I was obsessed with was my sister. She loved to torment me with this. I thought I misread the Bible, and I thought it meant it's like you must forgive. I thought it meant people must forgive you to get into heaven. So I'd piss off my sister and be like, okay, I'm sorry, but you had to forgive me. And she's like, not forgiving you. And I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm going to go to hell. So she used to just torture me with that. Like, I didn't forgive you. You're going to hell. You have to be careful. Religion could really fuck with a kid if you...
Yeah.
To the point that my parents like, listen here, retard, okay? This is not how Jesus works. But yeah. There's a great documentary on it called Jesus Camp.
Oh, yeah, you talked about it in our regular podcast. I remember that.
It's very nostalgic because I'm like, I went to these places.
Yeah.
I've seen this shit. Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I'm really happy his parents didn't walk in on us just crying and us comforting each other. It's all right.
Oh, my God.
Definitely one of the weirder moments in my childhood.
Like I said, if you see me on here, I'm just adding stuff. I've thought of like 10 things and
really
random things to say to keep bringing up stories. I know the same's gonna happen for you, especially for the month of waiting for this. And I feel like hopefully we're gonna find it funny ourselves. I feel like we're gonna be motivated to want to do this. So this next story, I was meant to tell you before we do this. It's totally up to us if we want to say names or not. If we don't feel comfortable or feel like somebody else will be offended by that. If you want to leave it out, I totally get that. I might do that sometimes, but for most of mine, like I said, I think half the joke comes from knowing these people or situations, which I'm guessing most of the people watching will know these since it's people we know personally. But I'll try and draw the picture if you keep watching this monthly to build these like characters in TV shows. So you're like, oh, this guy again. So this one is about our good friend Danny Bazooka, and it involves my brother Nick. And a lot of these stories with Bazooka, I'm kind of just the like the side character. I'm not really the main draw there.
Observer.
Yeah. So this one, Bazooka had a really shitty car, which a lot of us did when we were younger. I didn't even have one, so I'm not judging.
Do you want to explain Bazooka to people?
How would I describe Bazooka? He's a character, not in a good way. Hopefully he's watching this. This would be funny, but I said all this to his face, so it's not really a bad thing. He's a compulsive liar, for sure. I don't want to ruin stories going forward, but I could tell you stories and stories of his lying that would be humorous if you know him. He likes to try and fit into any situation, so he'll even lie about that stuff. Like, he'll be like, oh, you like this show? Yeah, I like it. And then somebody else will walk in, and, oh, I don't like this show. Yeah, I don't like it either. And he's just always a guy that needs to be as cool as possible. And usually it wasn't, and we never cared about the kind of stuff. So it's really weird. Is there anything I'm missing there? You know him not as well as me, but to build his character.
He does war reenactments,
Yeah,
now,
and-
like Roman, Civil War, World War II. Yeah, he just goes above and beyond to make himself look better than he is, I guess.
Yeah.
He's very face value
Mm-hmm.
on everything, and like name brand stuff and nice stuff. I don't know.
I really hope one of these old friends listens to this. And what the hell are they talking about me? But this story, Nick is one of my older brothers. He's only a year older than me. Bazooka is a year or two younger than me, so we're all similar age range. And so Bazooka had this terrible car. It was pretty shitty, some would say, which is ironic here in a minute. So we were inside playing some game. I couldn't tell you what it was at the time. But we were playing a game, and Nick was like, hey, keep Danny inside. And I was like, why? He needs to go home. Yeah, but keep him there for a few more minutes. I got this, I found a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to diarrhea in this bag, and then I'm going to hide in his car and see how long it takes him to find it.
You know what I hate?
What's that?
Just the fact hey, I found this Ziploc bag. Like it's some unusual thing. Like that's the weird part of this. Yeah, I'm gonna diarrhea all in this.
Yeah, Nick, I know you usually watch these, or maybe listen. I'm going to need to figure out if I can do this on the same podcast feed or how we're going to do that.
He's on a whole different level. Who the
Yeah.
fuck sees a Ziploc and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking fill this with diarrhea to the brim.
So let me know how much you remember of these stories. Cause I know when I talked to you, I don't remember any of this. So
God,
tell me
it'd be so hot too.
Yeah. Oh,
the bag had to
God.
be so warm.
Uh-huh.
Little shit floating in there.
So I told him, I was like, you can do that, but he's going to immediately come out to the car and be like, dude, my car smells like shit, so it's going to be ruined. And he's like, I know, but it'll still be funny. And he went out.
You're gonna be that dad. And you're just like, yeah, you could do it, man, but I'm telling you, this car's gonna smell like shit.
So he went out, and I was like, he's going to call me right away. He never called me. I was like, he must have just got pissed and like thrown it out or something. And then an entire week passes by. He had a job this time, too, so he wasn't not using his car. He was in his car a lot. And he called me. He's like, I found it. And I didn't even know what the hell. I completely forgot about this at the point. I was like, found what? The bag. It was in the ashtray. And I was like, oh, shit, you're talking about diarrhea? Yeah, my entire car smells like shit. And it has for a couple of days, but I didn't know where it was coming from. So I opened the cigarette, the ashtray, and found it. And, oh, yeah, Nick did that. And that's a poop story for that one, at least.
Well, you know the best part about Bazooka, though, is he never, like, it's never, like, a bad, he wouldn't get pissed or try to fight you.
No, he would threaten it a lot, which was always funny because we all knew that he wouldn't do anything, but it just made it even less intimidating.
Can you imagine he's driving around for a week? Was it the summertime, too? Probably
Yeah, oh yeah, it was dead of summer. I couldn't say a temperature, that'd be a lie, but it was definitely
Damn it, dude.
dog
Fucking
days of summer.
sandwich bag full of fucking diarrhea in the summer heat in the fucking car.
And trapped in an ashtray on top of that, so it gave me a hotter.
God, dude.
Just cooking.
You literally boiling Nick's diarrhea. Fucking Nick
What if it melted through the
diarrhea
bag?
tea. Oh. So then, I mean, what did he? I would love to know his perspective. Did he like use gloves or just like
Oh,
found
I'm
it?
sure he didn't. But Nick, if you're watching or listening, you probably don't remember this because I said.
Oh no, I mean for Bazooka getting.
Oh,
it
to
out.
get it out.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't either. And then if we asked him, he probably, oh yeah, I had a hazmat suit on because he liked to be like that. But yeah, he probably just grabbed as fast as he could. I probably would too. And after that, but what the fuck? What am I doing? Why didn't I grab something? But I'd probably go, oh, what the fuck? But yeah.
Yeah, I want to know Nick's perspective. Yeah, let us know. That's one of my favorite stories. I've heard this like 7 times. I still cry laughing.
That's the issue, especially as some of these stories go on and on. The more I tell it, I'm sure I'm changing details and everything. It's one of the reasons I want to track which stories I told so I don't retell stories and they start sounding fake. But
The best part about your household, too, is your mom could have overheard that conversation on the phone and never thought any. Like, what? What? Oh, the diarrhea in the bag? Your mom just been like, oh, it's just a normal day in the house. Most moms be like, what the fuck is going on in there? Yeah, I want to know the consistency. How full was the bag, Nick? That's just a great story. I love it. One of my favorites.
So what's your last one of the day?
Oh, this is gonna be hard to tell without you clearly guessing what happens. But
Okay.
this must have been 14. Was it 2008 maybe? 15, 2009. I'm not sure. One of the new some new game came out, so I was glued to my TV and was definitely supposed to be in bed. And my entire TV entertainment stand was full of Mountain Dew cans, empty Mountain Dew cans. And I had a new Mountain Dew can, but I had to pee. I was like, oh, my parents are going to know if I get up and go pee. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just pee in this Mountain Dew can. And I put my penis head in the Mountain Dew can, filled it up. And it wasn't right either because there's a little piss on, piss still gets on everything, on your hands and on the top. And then you set this real warm-ass can of pee down, and I mixed it in the sea. And then there's a fresh Mountain Dew in there too. So I'm playing games for about another half hour and totally forgot that there's a piss can on the loose in the mix. And I grabbed, and how I would tell if it was the can I was drinking, you should grab it and there's weight to it. So I grabbed towards the top where there's no warm piss and pick it up, took a drink, like a gulp, realized it's piss, fucking spit it out everywhere. It goes on the TV screen. It was like a movie. It was everywhere, like projectile. Put the can down. Then, of course, I had to get up and get towels. And it was a low point in my life. I was like, fuck, I just drank my piss. My bedroom's full of cans. I just drank piss. I was in high school at the time. What? Might have been between. So, yeah, I'd been 14 or 15. But, yeah, it was a low point in my life, drinking my own piss by accident. But I had a friend about 2 years after that. I won't mention his name, but I still talk to him on the regular. He's like, dude, something happened last night. And verbatim, that's exactly what happened to him. And he thought I was going to, like, make fun of him, or we definitely laughed about it. But I was like, bro, that happened to me a couple years ago.
It's like a horror movie. Did you watch the tape? Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah, it was warm. That was probably one of the worst parts about it, how warm it is, like a warm tea, but
so
bitter.
Did you swallow it?
No, hell no.
Oh.
Once I was like, wow, this Mountain Dew tastes bad. What the fuck's wrong with it? And then it all rushed back to my mind. Like, fuck, I just pissed in one of these. Spit it out, piss all over my TV screen.
Oh, yeah, you said that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, of course, you didn't swallow it.
God, no. One of the worst moments of my life. Very, very bitter taste of piss. Yep. Disgusting.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's one of the worst. I've never told that story to anybody but him, so everybody should feel lucky. I drank my own piss.
Now you're telling it for the millions of viewers out here.
That's right.
Wouldn't that be weird that this monthly show that is about fucking awful things is more popular than our regular show that we've done for like a year now?
Probably.
Okay, so my final story for today. This one, we're going to go out on a bang, which is probably a spoiler if you remember this story. So,
yeah.
I was able to narrow down at least around when this would have been, because I know original Halo was involved in this. And Halo came out when I was 11, and this probably, I didn't get Halo till like a year after it came out, because I got the GameCube first that I talked about on the podcast. But maybe a year after that, so I was probably 12 or 13, I would guess, at the time. And me and Nick, and then all of our group of friends, but me and Nick were the ones that got it because of my family. We're obsessed with fireworks, as boys are around that age. But the difference is we got a shitload of fireworks, which a lot of kids didn't. And we would get some good fucking fireworks. There'd be Roman candles, repeaters.
Did you just go to state?
No, we still have them here. You're just
really?
supposed to, you're just not supposed to light them here. You can buy them here. You just can't light them here.
Okay.
Yeah, like Phantom fireworks. They're a good amount of those around the state, but then you're signing a paper that you'll launch them out of state. But yeah, we had all the good stuff, M80s, all that kind of stuff. But we got so used to doing it that we got bored of all the fucking Roman candles and repeaters. I mean, who wants any of that shit anymore? To us, it was like fucking snakes. So really, we don't want that anymore. So we got all the M80s. What do you call them? Just a little dynamite things. There's a name for it. Not M80. I'm blanking on it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But anything that's like an M80, a little dynamite stick. And we'd open all of them and pour out the gunpowder. And
the fucking Taliban.
Yeah, we got a healthy amount of gunpowder, like, I don't know, ounces, but like that much, like that high.
Like a cup worth?
Yeah, probably about a cup, yeah. Which is a shitload of gunpowder, because if you look in M8, like a little M80, there's like just a smidge of gunpowder in there, because you don't need much to blow it up.
Jesus Christ, maybe like a Unabomber.
Yeah, it works, and we poured all that into duct tape, and then wrapped the duct tape just over and over in this giant ball. And then we're all right, let's light it. And since we're such experts, we had a giant wick, so that way it didn't blow up on us. So we lit it and went, oh, it's gonna go. And I ran away. But we made the wick entirely too long, so they're so scared. So it lit, and there's just I guess we should have made it shorter and just kept burning across the hole.
You know that oh shit feeling?
Yeah.
Did you get that as soon as you saw the
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucking.
Yeah, we'd all start running, even though the wick was so long that, like I said, we did it entirely too long. We were all right. Now we kind of just wait. We thought we had to run for our lives, but we did end up having to run for our lives because after it finally got to the point where it'll blow up, it just fucking went off like a giant bomb. Boom! And we were all, oh shit! And we just ran as fast as we could. And then we're idiot fucking little kids, so we ran inside and just started playing Halo instead of being like, well, this giant explosive just went off in the backyard.
What? My favorite part is I don't think that would ever fly today.
No.
People on next door would be like, oh, is that a gunshot? The police would be there looking for the gunshot. Holy shit.
And so then we're all just enjoying ourselves playing Halo and just making small talk. Ah, fuck you. So you scream looked, and just all saying it. And then we hear my mom scream in the living room. What the hell? And we'd always get annoyed, like all kids do. We're playing games. What do you want? And she went, you want to tell me why Rick, which Rick's our neighbor. She went, you want to tell me why Rick just called next door and said the backyard is on fire? And I'm not sure. I don't know why it'd be on fire.
You want to tell him?
And then the fire
Did you not
department.
hear the fucking cannon the Taliban set off in the backyard?
I think it was just so immediate because explosive that big probably just immediately set it on fire. Probably like a half second between.
Holy shit.
And we set off so many fireworks.
I like how the neighbor didn't think to run over and tell you guys, yeah, shit. Carol, hand me the phone. Mary, do you know your back tree's on fire right now?
I like how he's George Bush. So then the fire department comes, and there's tons of trucks rushing down our street.
I bet you guys were shitting yourself when you saw the fire trucks.
And then we looked in the backyard, and everything was on fire. There's this
fucking Vietnam War movie.
There's this, and our backyard's filled with grass, obviously, but then giant trees that you did not see in a normal residential neighborhood.
Were they on fire too?
They were, but not like going all the way up or anything, but they were definitely on fire. And then a giant bush in the middle of the yard.
Oh,
and I don't think most people would even call it a bush. I feel like when I say that, people are probably picturing like the bush you have outside your front of your house. This thing was like 15 feet tall, and all the way, if you like wrapped around your arms around it, probably like 30 feet around. So a massive bush, just like a kind of a tree bush. And that thing was just up in flames. And then
completely?
Yeah. And then a ton of the grass was on fire. Literally just the grass was just burning. And
oh my god, you're lucky you didn't get arrested or something. Sent to juvie. So what did the firemen say anything to you, or they just focused on
They
putting
put it all out, and I don't remember them saying anything to us. And I'm sure that was sticking in my mind because I'm probably terrified. So I'm sure I told my mom, I was like, "Are you kids fucking stupid? And why do you have these fireworks?"
Have access? I'm sorry, is this your child or the Unabomber?
And now that I'm older,
my God.
I can see that you're literally just creating a bomb. We're like, man, I can't believe. That's what we did when we were playing Halo. We were making small talk, and we're like, I can't believe it blew up like that. But yeah, now thinking as an adult, I'm like, yeah, you're compressing a ton of gunpowder into small, and then wrapping it up just to make sure it's condensed as possible, and then blowing it up.
You guys are short a fucking pressure cooker away from really doing something.
And
oh my God,
I don't remember anything that had permanent damage. That bush stayed there for a long time, so I think it all lasted past the madness.
Oh God, this is also one of my favorite stories.
But yeah, I don't even remember my mom saying anything to us. So I don't know. Maybe she did, and we're just so used to her yelling at us that we.
Your parents are so chill. favorite line of that story though is, so someone would tell me Rick just called and said our trees are on fire.
The backyard is on fire. Yeah, that's what he said.
Backyard's on fire. Oh my God.
It's really bugging me what M80s are called. There's a name for those. Like I said, I was obsessed with fireworks, so I knew what those are called, but I'm blanking.
I like you guys thought you were making like, oh, we're making a custom firework. It's like, no, we're just making a fucking bomb. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I think that's an explosive way to end the episode. What do you say?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. That especially because your parents are just so chill. My dad would probably have the cops arrest me. He would have called the cops on me. I definitely would have shit my pants for certain.
Yeah, when I looked back and saw everything on fire, I was like, whoa, shit. That is, guess, again, now as I'm an adult, I'm like, guess it makes sense when we heard the explosion. That would probably lead to something. So not surprising at all if you really think about it. But when I looked back there not thinking about that, I was like, holy shit, that is a lot of fire. And also, that's a lot of cars coming to put out this fire.
Holy shit. To think that you're the reason why. Imagine the fireman's discussion with your mom. She had to be so embarrassed. So yeah, next time, maybe not give the kids explosives. Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
You're lucky you guys didn't blow off an arm or something. A hand.
Yeah, the only thing I think saved us there, like I said, the wick was so long, and even after that, we ran so far away from it. But
boom.
So I was gonna say at least we're smart enough, but I don't think we're smart enough. We just happened to do that. I don't think smart's a word you can use here in this situation.
So who told your mom like, oh, it was us with fireworks?
I don't think that was even a question. I think everybody knew it was us.
It was just a bunch of retards.
Yeah, no getting around that. Yeah, we should have been like, I think next door neighbor threw it over. He's been crazy lately. We're just sitting back there playing backyard baseball.
You had such a great childhood. Holy shit. I'm so jealous. Absolutely jealous.
I think that's a good way to end it, though. If anybody is confident enough to put any of their stories in the comments, or if you guys want to email into the regular currentbackloggers@gmail.com and
that'd be good.
Yeah, want us to read stories for you on here.
Oh, Ryan, can you please give us a description of the kid that wanted to kiss you?
Oh,
that's a good story to read on here.
Yeah, definitely. So if you guys want to do any of that, feel free. Let us know what you think of this, because it's kind of a test run, but we are planning on doing it monthly, hopefully, as long as everything goes right. And this has been Things We Shouldn't Admit. Flex. Episode 1.
But
welcome to the first ever episode of the...
yeah, that's a crazy name, dude. I don't think I can repeat that.
I started the current backloggers.
Welcome to the...
Ready?
Yep, you should keep that in.